Hello everybody and welcome to the $600 gaming PC build of the month for May 2013. My name is Corey. This build is brought to you by noobcomputerbuild.com. That's right, you heard, this is a $600 gaming PC build and up from the usual $500 gaming PC build that we do here. The reason I decided to increase the lower end budget build this month was to give you a little more flex room in terms of, getting higher quality hardware for your money. Even though it's a budget build, you want to be assured that you're buying the best of the best for the price range that you are in. This way you can be sure that you can most likely keep the vast majority of this hardware for the lifetime of your build without worrying about upgrading too quickly. Alright, let's get started with the $600 gaming PC build. This month we have the AMD FX 4300 processor. AMD, why? Because other than the AMD version, I would choose an Intel 3220 i3 processor for the budget build. However, I believe that this AMD FX 4300 is a better bang for your buck at $109.99 due to the fact that it has an unlocked multiplier which allows for easy overclocking, which creates the potential of this processor highly over the Intel 3220. Moving on, for the motherboard, we have the Gigabyte GA970A DS3 AM3 Plus motherboard for $79.99. This is a great budget motherboard because it has a lot for what you pay for. It's a full ATX sized motherboard, which means it comes with a whole lot of functionality right on the board. You have 4 memory slots, memory up to 32 gigabytes, USB 3.0, a PCI Express slot for your graphics card, as well as another one. So you got 2 there, which is fantastic for a budget board. So you can has potential for crossfire, and etc. etc. Moving on, for the graphics card this month, we have the EVGA GeForce GTX 662 gigabyte graphics card. This is a great graphics card for a budget build. You can play any game you want at 1920 by 1080. A lot of games you'll be able to play even maxed out, and a lot of higher end games expect more of a medium settings to high settings type of configuration at high FPS. But overall, this is a great graphics card, $204.99 currently. Moving on for the RAM. The memory, we have the Corsair Vengeance 8 gigabyte kit of 2 4 gigabyte sticks of DDR3 1600 megahertz RAM. Plenty of RAM. 8 gigabytes is the standard nowadays for most gaming PC builds. It'll get you through any game and be plenty of RAM for most gamers' needs. This package comes in at $59.98. Moving on, the hard drive. We have a 500 gigabyte Western Digital Caviar Blue hard drive coming in at $56. Why did I choose a 500 gigabyte hard drive? Well, this is a budget build and we're trying to save money where we can. So, use a 500 gigabyte hard drive until it fills up, and then look for sales and purchase another one if you need more room, or look for older hard drives that you may have stored in your basement if you need more room currently now. Just a suggestion, otherwise you can go with a 1 terabyte drive if you like. And this comes in at $56. The power supply we have this month is a high quality Corsair Builder Series CX 500 watt power supply. This will easily last the lifetime of your build. And plus 500 watts is plenty for this build and any upgrades that you should decide or shall decide on using throughout the lifetime of your $600 gaming PC build. This comes in at $58.24 currently. The computer case we have is a great case for this budget build at NZXT Source 2210 ATX mid-tower case. Easily fit everything you have as well. It looks good for a budget case, which is rare. It comes in at $34.19. NZXT makes some great lower end budget cases of a high quality standard and are pretty well reviewed across the board. And finally, we have the optical drive. I have chosen the Samsung 24X optical drive this month. Just your standard generic optical drive coming in at $17.99. The replacement over the old Light-On one that I use, just because the price magically went up on that one this month, and I generally choose the optical drives based on the cheapest price. You probably won't use it for anything other than installing your operating system, so no worries there unless you're still burning tons of DVDs and installing games with the DVDs, but generally we get most of our games online now. and the total build comes in at $620. And then finally, on the original article, I include extras and additions, upgrades, or alternatives for the build. If you happen to have a little bit of extra cash that you can or want to spend, the processor alternative I suggested here is the AMD FX 8320 8-core processor for $167. If you want a slightly more slightly better case, a little color, you can go for this Cooler Master Elite 430. It'll run you a little bit more, not much, for $40.70. The graphics card alternative, which is a slight boost in graphics card. We have the Radeon HD 7872 gigabyte graphics card for $249. And as I said before, if you're not happy with the 500 gigs that I included in the build, you can go with the Western Digital Blue 1 terabyte hard drive for $66. Alright, that does it for the $600 gaming PC build of the month. All the hardware is linked in the description as well. There's a link to the original article. So if you have any questions, you can visit the site, comment on the site right here, or you can comment in the comments below. Either way, I'll be happy to help you. Thank you, and see you next month.